Zook here. In case you wanted to pimp out your Mini, these are a couple tricks. She has an axe. Little axe taken, snipped off of some plastic Indian. Me, the more markers I can have and the more tactile my gaming experience can be, the less I forget. I have a tendency to leave items in a room and forget to pick them up, and then the DM reminds me that I left them there and they are no longer in my possession. So I came up with these markers. So there's my axe. Here's my spear marker for the couple spears that I have. Maybe you could find one of these off Native American plastic Indian. These are actually little Lego spears that I've sanded down. I put the spear into a power drill, stuck the power drill in a vise, and turned it into like a little mini lathe. And then I cut little strips of sandpaper and just let it spin around and just kept moving the sandpaper back and forth to narrow down the diameter of the spear. Went too far on a couple and they snapped off and flew across the garage. So make sure you maybe have more than you need in case there are any casualties. For this part, I just laid those flat on sandpaper and just whittled them down until I got the right point and size that I needed. When my barbarian is raging, I wanted to come up with a marker to remind my DM as well as myself that my AC is going to go down 2 points. So I made this. I have a washer on the bottom of a Miri, put a magnet down in the bottom of this guy, just snap her in there. I don't know, just Sharpie red and black Sharpie for just a little vertical design on the inner ring. The difference in tone is from a couple different kinds of pressboard that I had, a thicker and a thinner. And then a gloss coat over it just to kind of protect it. Snaps off, hard to shake off, pretty nifty. How do you make them? You're gonna need a drill press, and you're probably gonna need some kind of scroll saw. I have this really cool Dremel Trio that I don't know they're making anymore. It's a spiraling saw, so I'm able to cut all kinds of kooky shapes out that I'll show you in a second. Real simple. For the base of a Miri, you're going to need some of this pressboard. Whatever thickness you need, pick some up. It's the same stuff they make pegboards out of. You're going to need some of these circular saw bits. Ace has a huge selection. I got these at Home Depot. They're a Milwaukee brand. For just my regular, 1-inch, 28mm human figure, I do a 1.5-inch, 38mm. And then you're going to want to bore those pieces out. And on that one, you're going to need a smaller 1-inch, 25mm. And remember, depending on if you're wanting, the outside or inside diameter, they're going to cut a little bigger or a little smaller because the teeth chew a lot of the pressboard away. You use the 1.5-inch, and it's going to give you this. You use the 1-inch, and it's going to give you this. And for your base piece, just these little wooden discs that you find at Hobby Lobby. Don't get the 1-inch size, get the next size up. I'm pretty sure it's like 1 1/4. So the 1 1/4 is going to drop in to that 1-inch inner diameter. The reason why you need the drill press is because you need a super steady hand. I wasn't able to even get close with the power drill. You're going to want to clamp your piece first down on the drill press. You're going to want to drill out your center, and then without moving your wood and just simply replacing the circular saw bit, you'll lower it down on the exact same spot and do the outer, and then you'll wind up with these guys. So it's going to be your inside. You pull it out, then you drop this down, and inside you'll have your ring. Drop that drill press back down, cut yourself out a disc, and then however many of these you need, just make sure you cut them out. I just connected them with super glue. Just little dabs of super glue. And there you have her. For a magnet, I found these worked really great. They're just 1 inch. Perfectly round magnets that you can get at Hobby Lobby. You think you can pick these same ones up at Walmart too. If you want to go a less expensive route, pick these up at the random offices around town. It's just those fridge magnet business cards. Cut those out. You can use a pair of scissors. If you want to get really crazy, you can grab one of these scrapbook cutters. Yeah, it's kind of one of these scrapbook cutters. You can change the circumference of the circle that you need to cut out. On these thin magnets, you're going to need to go around a few times, but it'll cut out real nice, whatever size you need. I'm going to need a bigger size, and I'll have used this here in a second. So there's a Miri, and then later, when Pathfinder came out with the Animal Companion Guide, I gave a Miri, a good friend, Boris the Boar. And I said, hey, do I want to take it to the next level? And I said, sure, why not? Let's do something up like this. So when I move them, I can move them together and just kind of speed up gameplay a little bit and keep them close. Doing the same techniques, but this time, you know, getting a little fancier on the freehand shape. Came up with this base. Take her out. Just build it up with sand. Used the scrapbooking tool to cut out my magnets. Boris has his big magnet, or his big washer under here. He clips in. Amiri, she bops in too. So now they can, you know, be pals wherever they go. Boris is out in front protecting her. Dun, 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 dun. Pals through thick and thin. Later, they get the ability, the barbarian can share its rage with its animal companion using the same techniques, but a larger bit size on the circular saw. Little different design there. Boris, when he's raging and flips out, snaps right in two. -2 to his armor class. Pals through thick and thin. Hope you dig it. Try it at home, in the garage, impress your friends, help out your DM. They need all the help they can get tracking all that good stuff. Go crafters go.